This video will give you a quick overview of all the useful features of the Healow Kids app. Begin by entering your 4-digit PIN. This will bring you to the Healow Kids app menu wheel or main screen. From this wheel, you will navigate to all the various features in the app. Let's start by seeing what is available in the Records menu. The Records menu leads you to the following: messages, appointments, vitals from previous visits, your child's immunization record, any medications that your child is currently taking, allergies noted in the chart, and lab results. Let's start with messages. Did you know that you can send messages to our office? You can using the app. We recommend only using this feature for non-urgent questions or concerns, as this is usually only monitored during business hours. You may not receive a reply until the next business day. Unfortunately, you can't send photos, which would be amazing, but that feature is being worked on as we speak with the developers. Click here to send a message. Next, we have the appointment screen. This screen lists the previous appointments as well as upcoming appointments. 3 days after your visit to our office, you should be able to click on the appointment and review the visit summary for the visit. This is really helpful to review in case you forgot what the provider ordered or recommended. Once an appointment is scheduled, you can make any notes or add any questions that you do not want to forget. This is incredibly useful when sending caregivers that may not remember what the provider discussed, such as grandparents, nannies, or even us dads. Vitals and measurement. This is still a bit of a work in progress. You should be able to view all of your child's past vitals from the chart. This is helpful when you forgot to write these down in the baby book. If the numbers are incorrect, be sure to check your settings. Sometimes the measurements are set to kilograms and centimeters. Immunization record. This screen lists all of your child's immunizations that they have received. If you have not brought in past medical records or old immunization records, this may not be a complete list. This is really helpful when filling out camp or school physical forms that require the dates that your child received a particular immunization. Medications lists your child's current medications. If you need refills, just click refill in the top right and follow the prompts. You can even change the pharmacy. No more calling the office to request a refill. As long as your child has been seen in our office in the last 3 months, there should not be a problem. The allergy screen lists the allergies that are noted in your child's chart. If you do not see an allergy listed that your child has, you may simply call the office or send a message in the app to have that added. The problem list is not currently being used by our practice, but we may use that in the future. Lab results. This is huge. Here's where you should find any lab results that have been received and reviewed by our office. Typically, once a provider has reviewed the result and spoken to the parent, the lab is then released for viewing on the portal or on the app. We're also starting to utilize text messaging to inform you that results have been released. If you get this, simply log into the app and view the result. If you have any questions, just call our office. Back at the main wheel screen, you will see the journal button. This is a space for parents to journal things about your child, kind of like a baby book on your phone. This is not shared with a practice, so the information is simply for you to document. Back at the main menu, we will visit the timeline next. The timeline is a great place to review current development information based on your child's age. Click on the topic and it provides a great resource about child development. This is great when you can't remember how many words your child should be saying at a certain age, and so on. Back at the main wheel screen, we will discuss the More button next. Developmental Milestones is a brief checklist for areas of development that your child should have achieved by their current age. Here, you can document the date your child achieved that milestone and even write a journal entry about it. The developmental quiz you complete here via the app will not be shared with our practice. This developmental screener is different from the Chattis screener that we ask you to complete for all well checks from age 6 months to 6 years, located at chattis.com. We have been told by the app developers that very soon the Chattis questionnaires will be integrated into this app. Immunizations Guide lists the immunizations for your child's age. By clicking on the individual vaccines, you can preview the CDC vaccine information sheet prior to your upcoming appointment. This is a great resource to learn more about the vaccine, including risks, benefits, and possible adverse reactions. Growth Tracker is where you can enter the height and weight taken at home. This is great, especially if your child is trying to gain or lose weight. That information will be displayed in a graph on the app. Please note that growth charts captured from office visits will not display in the app. Ins, outs, ups, downs. This is incredibly useful in tracking all things that go in and out of your child. This takes all the baby feeding apps and puts it into the only app you will need. The first box at the top is a breastfeeding tracker to help you keep track of nursing sessions. You can record which side was used and how long the session lasted. The bottle is to keep track of formula or breast milk given in a bottle, and you also can add any notes needed, such as spit-ups. The jar button is great to use when you start your baby on solid foods. You can document how much of each food your child ate and even click thumbs up if they liked it or add another note needed about that food. This would be a great place to document any rashes or other symptoms of a potential allergy. The diaper screen helps to track where your child poops and consistency of such poop. Fun, right? This is not limited just to babies, but also to older children potty training, and even if your child has the tummy bug. The sleep timer is great to keep track of your child sleeping. I think it's best used for newborns, but you could also use this to track your child's naps. Back at the More menu, you can locate the Active Kids button. Active Kids is great to help monitor your child's activity. You can even reward them for healthy behavior. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends 60 minutes of daily activities. A weekly score of 100 represents this goal. The app will take the recorded information and put it into a neat graph. Back at the More menu, you can locate the Dosing Guide. The Dosing Guide is extremely helpful to look up doses for Tylenol and Motrin. First, match the info in a container, then enter your child's weight and hit the Calculate button. The Dosing Guide provides you with the amount required and even has pictures just in case. Back at the More menu is the Potty Trainer. The Potty Trainer is a helpful timer tool. Set the time for the desired interval and the child or parent can hit the Oops or Success button. A graph is built for the child to view and a separate graph for the parents. Back at the More menu, let's look at the Toothbrush Timer. The Toothbrush Timer is another timer tool used to help your child count down while brushing teeth. The Screen Timer tool helps parents monitor your child's screen time. Start the time and listen for the alarm. This even graphs your child's history for future reference. Using the Sun Timer, you can slide the SPF bottle, select the color of the skin of the child and the activity your child is doing, and listen for the alarm to tell you when to reapply the sunscreen. The last button on the More menu is the Profile button. This is where you can change the app defaults, add demographic and additional information. This info is not shared with the practice, so if you change your address or something, you will still need to notify the office. This is really helpful when sending another caregiver with your child to our office. Make sure they have downloaded the app and have the login credentials. Back at the main wheel screen, you can locate the icon in the top right corner that looks like a small wheel. This is your settings menu. The settings button is where you can change your PIN, manage your account, and get help with the app. Tap Support to find answers to common questions. If your question is not listed, hit the feedback button and submit your question. For families with more than one child, this is the best part. From the main screen wheel, tap the face icon in the top left corner. Here you can add each of your children under 13 years of age. Once you add them, you can log into the app using one PIN code and toggle between children with the face button. And that was just a brief overview of all the helpful information that is included in the Healow Kids app. We encourage both parents to download the app so both have important information available anytime they need it should an emergency arise. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you using the app soon!